I'm gonna start off like this. Now, y'all know I normally just keep it strictly about football and sports on my channel, but 2020 has been a year, and I just hope that everybody got a chance. First of all, I hope everybody was cool and everybody was safe, and I just hope everybody got a chance to be with friends and family and loved ones, and really just take the time out to be thankful because just this ain't promising nobody. Like just keeping the butt, just keeping it real 100. This ain't promising nobody. So I hope everybody got a chance to really be around their friends and their family and their true loved ones, and just be able to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? Able to spend time with each other, be thankful for one another, get some good football, some good food, and watch some damn good football. Cause there's some damn good football today. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football. Houston Texans football. And it's a good one. It's a doozy. Houston Texans defeat the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day. And the Texans picked. Now, a lot of people saying this, because I said this too, that I felt that the game against the Patriots, that was the Texans' best game this season. No. The Texans' best game of the season so far was absolutely today. And they picked the perfect time to do it because this was the perfect stage to do it because it's not, they calling it a primetime game. It wasn't a primetime game because primetime is that. Prime time and you playing between seven. You playing between 7 and 8 o'clock. When the game starts around that junction, that's prime time. Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. If they play on Saturday night football. Just because they were the only game on TV at 11:30, don't mean that was prime time. But everybody got to watch it because everybody, people still cooking or people starting to eat, whatever the case may be. That game is on because that's what Thanksgiving is. Thanksgiving is a football holiday. Either you watching football or you in the backyard playing football because that's what my son and my nephew, my little cousin was doing in the middle of the game. Like after we got through eating, they back there playing, having their own Thanksgiving bowl in the backyard, whatever the case may be. But that's what this holiday, that's what a lot of people do in this holiday. We watch football and we eat. And the Texans were able to showcase what they were made of, what they truly could do. And I'm happy. Today was a good day to be a Texan fan. If you just take the records down, you take all the other stuff, when the football that you watched today was absolutely a good time to be a Texan fan. Because outside of the record and outside of all the things, the Bill O'Brien, the DeAndre Hopkins trade, all the stuff that people make fun of us from, if you was around other football fans today, watching that game today, they really couldn't make fun of you. I understand it's the Detroit Lions. I get all that. But your team showed up and showed out there, and they picked the best time to do it on center stage. So let's talk about it. Let's break down this game. Like I say, the Houston Texans defeat the Detroit Lions 41-25, and there's a lot to talk about in this game. Deshaun Watson was 17-25 for a complete percentage of 68, threw for 318 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked twice for a quarterback rating of 150.4. Duke Johnson had 9 rushes for 37 yards and also got 3 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. Watson rushed the football, had eight carries for 24 yards. CJ Prosise ran the ball 15 times, got 12 yards, and got a fumble. We're going to talk about that because it's something very important about that fumble I want to bring up. Will Fuller was targeted 7 times, had 6 catches for 171 yards with 2 touchdowns, gave him a new career high of 8 touchdowns for the season. He got a new career high in yards on Sunday, going over 700. Now he's got a new career high in touchdowns with 8. So good job. Brandon Cooks was targeted 5 times for 5 catches for 85 yards. Kiki QT was targeted 3 times, got 2 catches for 17 yards. And CJ Prosise was targeted once for one catch for 2 yards for a touchdown. We're gonna talk about defense a little bit because J.J. Watt got two tackles, 2 solos, 2 assists, but also got a pick 6. J.J. was vintage J.J. We seen J.J. Swat come back last week. He followed it this week up with a pick 6. So good job, J.J. He didn't do the nay though, but got the pick 6, got a touchdown. And let's talk about the Detroit Lions. Matt Stafford was 28 of 42. For a completion percentage of 66.7, 295 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, was sacked 4 times. Adrian Peterson rushed the ball for 15 times for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Johnson, the other running back they had because DeAndre Swift wasn't that today, rushed the ball 11 times for 46 yards, had a lost fumble in the game, no touchdowns, anything like that. Like I said, it's a lot to talk about in this game, and we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with how the game kicked off, and J.J. Watt going back to being J.J. Watt and was able to go back and get him a pick six. And one thing about that pick six is that J.J. celebrated. Now he wasn't as excited as he was back in 2014 when he was getting all those touchdowns back then. He was dancing in the end zone, stuff like that. But he wasn't just, okay, I'm just hand the ball off and go sit down. He looked engaged. Like I said, when he was doing the swats, he looked at more engaged. And I know that comes a lot with winning. When you win more, you look more engaged, and when you lose, you look down in the dumps. And I know a lot of people how they feel about JJ. If they want JJ to be gone, and I've been saying this too. And I think this, even to what happened today, I think puts a little bit more into what I was thinking on that final game, because the final game is in Houston. If we get into the red zone and they put JJ Watt in the red zone on offense, and they throw a touchdown to him, that would be his last game in NRG, because it'll be like his final hurrah. Like if you go back and remember the last time Andre Johnson played as a Texan, the last game was in NRG. He had over 150 yards, and they made a point to get him that last touchdown. Like if you go back and find the tape of the actual game, like it was 3 plays. Like they got into the red zone and they threw to Andre Johnson 3 consecutive times. I think one time Case Keenum was the quarterback in the game. He had to throw over his head. Another time he had to run around and do something else. They made a point to make sure that Andre Johnson was going to get a touchdown in that game, because it was his send-off, his final hurrah. And when JJ scored the touchdown, I immediately thought about that. I'm like, I could see them trying to give JJ his last hurrah, if they really believe that they're gonna move on from him. So if they try to give him his last hurrah, I do believe that would be JJ's last game as a Texan, if they decide to do that. Now again, we might not get to the red zone, or they might not do it, but I'm just saying, if that does happen, be on the lookout for it. And I told you here first. Adams, the linebacker we have in from McKinney, had 2 forced fumbles in the game. I mean, the defense, for a defense that for a defense that has very scheming, has very few takeaways. I know we have JJ had a strip sack earlier this year, and I know Roby had a pick, and then also I think Hargraves had a pick against Jacksonville. Other than that, no turnovers, and then we had 3 consecutive turnovers on 3 consecutive plays, and all 3 turnovers should turn the points. I mean, you had JJ through the pick 6, then we get the second, then we get the forced fumble, and we able to turn it to a touchdown to CJ Prosise, and then we get another fumble, and then this is where I have an issue. The following play, right after the fumble, we hand the ball to CJ Prosise. CJ Prosise fumbles the football and gives it right back to Detroit. Adrian Peterson scores, and Detroit goes up 14-13. My issue with that, it's really not even with CJ Prosise fumble, even though that was an issue. It shows the conservativeness of Tim Kelly, and this is why I think that problem that Tim Kelly has been an understudy of Bill O'Brien for all these years, and is a product of Bill O'Brien. Because the reason why I say that he's a product of Bill O'Brien, because that's a conservative move. I'm always in the mindset of this: when you get turnovers, you take shots. When you get turnovers, you're supposed to make that team pay. I want a shot to the end zone. I don't care how far we are. I don't care. Well, we's on this side. I don't give a damn. You take that shot. You got all the speed. You got Will Fuller. You got Brandon Cooks. You got speed on that side. You got a deep ball throwing Deshaun Watson. We're gonna talk about this in a minute. You gotta take a shot, because if you turn 3 straight consecutive turnovers to 3 straight consecutive touchdowns, you break Detroit's back. You break they ready to go home and eat turkey and dress it. They ain't ready to play football no more. They done. It's a wrap. It's over. It's over. They ain't trying to play football no more. It's done. Man, we can turn the ball over 3 straight times. They win 3 straight touchdowns. Man, it's game over. Man, they sitting down. They not worried about it. They get the ball back. Adrian Peterson scores a touchdown. Boom, boom, boom. Now they got the lead. Now they engaged. They feel like they can win this game. I don't like that conservative call. Now, if something else, I just don't like that conservative call. You need to trust Deshaun Watson. He isn't. Deshaun Watson is leading in the field with the most consecutive pass attempts without throwing a pick. Deshaun Watson is playing the best football of his life. And we're wasting it with a bad season. But it's unreal of what Deshaun is doing. And it's not nothing you can just poo-poo no more and be, okay, it's against garbage time or whatever the case may be. I don't care if it's against, quote-unquote, it's against the Detroit Lions. I don't give a damn. It's against Jags, but I don't care. He's playing the best football. And I think that today's game, the biggest thing of today's game is not Houston Texans have they pick of the litter as far as head coach. This whole thing, don't believe the hype of who wants to come coach here, or they ain't got no draft picks. Who wants to be a general manager here? They ain't got no draft picks. They ain't got no salary cap. Bump all that. You got number 4. Point blank. Period. Teams are watching this guy and they like, I can do something with that quarterback. I can win football with that quarterback. We just got to fix up this defense. We can win with that offense. We can do this. I can make an even better offense, because you start seeing other little wrinkles in today's game. You seen little wrinkles that I liked. A lot of little wrinkles. I mean, the little sling passes they did to Kiki to get the 2-point conversion. We're gonna talk about that. They did a lot of stuff that I liked in this game from an offensive standpoint. Things that we've been wanting them to do a little bit more creative, a little bit more innovative. They start opening up the playbook a little bit more. You've seen that in today's game. Because like I said, Deshaun Watson was out there just balling. Just straight, absolute balling. Like when we talked about last week that he was reading the defense, like, I mean, he was with AFC Player of the Week. I think the NFL gave him the week game ball because he played beautiful against the Patriots. He played way better today. Way better. Like, he was a complete surgeon. And actually had some missed throws. Not some missed throws, but some miscues. Because, I mean, he had a touchdown. He said himself he should have 2 more touchdowns. Because he threw another touchdown to Wolf Fuller that got called back off of a hold call. And then also, what else? He missed Jordan Akins. When Jordan Akins actually should have caught the ball. And I think if Fuller would have looked a little bit more, I think Fuller could have maybe tried to make some out, because Fuller went to the other side because he was with the defender. I think if Fuller would have knew that by the time he noticed that Akins couldn't come up with the football, his trajectory that he wouldn't be able to get it. But if he would stay where he was at and Akins would have not been able to football, Fuller would have had a chance to be able to come up with that catch. So Deshaun should have had 2 more touchdowns. We talk about having 4. Deshaun should have 6 touchdowns. So Deshaun should have scored 6 touchdowns today. Like on Thanksgiving, like that. That's how well of football he played. And like I said, first off, the first touchdown he threw to Will Fuller. I actually scratched that. I'm gonna talk about the second touchdown, because the second touchdown he threw to Duke Johnson, probably his best throw of the game. Might be the best throw of the year. That was a dime. That touchdown he threw to Duke Johnson, he threw that in the bread basket. That was a absolute dime. Nobody can catch that football. Nobody can catch that football but Duke Johnson. Like, he dropped that ball right in the bucket. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass. Not too many quarterbacks in the NFL can make that pass. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, who else is just who's just a great deep ball thrower? Maybe Drew Brees in his prime, because I know a little bit of Drew Brees and lost a little bit of that fastball. But not too many quarterbacks can make that throw. Maybe Russell Wilson, but a lot of quarterbacks can't make that throw. That was a very, very difficult throw to make it look the way it looked. That was an absolute positively dime. That was just a straight dime he threw right there to Duke Johnson. And then the first touchdown he threw to Will Fuller, that was more so on Detroit, because they wanted to play press man coverage with Will Fuller. Okay. If that's how you want to play football against Will Fuller, go ahead. Do your thing. And Deshaun Watson seen it and threw a 40-yard touchdown. And then the second one, the second one he threw to Will Fuller, the whole flea flicker, I was listening to the press conference. Because I thought about this one. I'm like, man, I liked the flea flicker, and I said, that's a very great wrinkle, that how they were able to draw that flea flicker out just quite enough to make Detroit really commit to stopping the run. And then that's the reason why Will Fuller was left wide open. And then Deshaun Watson said during this press conference that actually Duke said if they're gonna commit, I'm gonna run the football. And Duke was playing. That's the reason why I was stretched out as long as it was. That wasn't by design. Like Deshaun Watson, he's out there yelling, Duke. And then Duke throws the football, and because Deshaun sees that Will Fuller's wide open. But the reason why Will Fuller's wide open is because Duke Johnson took the whole defense with him. Like, because he actually had the ball and didn't look like he was about to pitch, he actually ran the football. So that little wrinkle, that might be something that they might want to try to explore a little bit more. Now, you got to come out with a different way of doing it, because teams are going to teams are going to sit in and hone in on that. But that little wrinkle right there, that hesitation for Duke Johnson to keep the ball just as long as he did, because he really was trying to commit to a run. So it was really by mistake and not more by design. But maybe if they can fix it, tweak it a little bit, and they can make it a little bit more by design, it could be even more deadly. But that by the defense committing to Duke Johnson and taking everything to that side, and you leave Will Fuller wide butt naked ass open. Why Will Fuller was wide open. Wasn't nobody by Will Fuller. He was wide open, just sitting there, just chilling, just like damn. Ate all turkey and the dressing. I'm just ain't got nothing for me. I ain't got no sweet potatoes. I ain't got no macaroni and cheese, no broccoli and cheese. I ain't got shit. They just let me wide open. That's what everybody went all over there. Everybody went to the table and left him by himself by the desserts. And Deshaun Watson seen that, pitched his ball back to me, boom, and Will Fuller right to his house for the second touchdown, 171 yards. Like I said, not only extending his career high in yards, giving him a new career high in touchdowns. Just great football. And like I say, today on center stage, that's how they made it look. They made them look like they just made them look just anybody who wants a head coaching job is going to be looking at this job. Anybody who wants a head coaching job is going to be looking at this job because you see that and like, man, I can win with that. I definitely can win with that. And also, like I said, when the Texans went for the 2-point conversion, that little flea flicker thing, not flea flicker, but the little shovel pass thing they did to the Kiki, stuff that stuff they could have been did. And that's stuff that we see in the Arsenal before because we've done it before. Back when 2017. And I don't know why Bill O'Brien got away from that. I guess he didn't want to give Dabo his credit. But it's a lot of things offensively that us fans have been asking for them to do that they weren't doing. But they decided to do it today. And it looked good. Like the Texans you cover up the record, you would have never thought the Texans were like if you would have never seen a Texans game this year and you cover up the records and you just boom got dropped in and watched today's game, you would have thought that the Texans were at the very least, a 6-4 football team. I ain't saying you would thought they was 8-1 and 9-1, 9-1, 9-2, or nothing like that. But you at least thought they was like 6-4, 6-5. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Depending on how many games they played, you would have thought they was something. You would never think they were 3-7. Yeah. You would never thought they were 3-7. You thought they were at least 6-4. You wouldn't even think they was 500. You wouldn't think they was 5-5. You at the very least think they were 6-4 coming into this game. So the Texans looked every bit of what you thought they could look from a good standpoint today. Like they played their absolute best football. The run defense, they able to stop the run. They was able to put a lot of pressure on Matt Stafford. Now Matt Stafford was able to move the ball down there. And I ain't gonna lie, when Adrian Peterson got the scored the second touchdown, up. Here we go. It's about to be Adrian Peterson day. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that, but the defense really stepped up and played better against the run today than they have. You know, again, I think Detroit's one of the worst rushing teams in the NFL. And like I said, then they got DeAndre Swift is not playing today, so I trust and believe. I'm not buying wolf tickets on this. I'm not, oh man, we about to be a good run defense. Nah, I know it is what it is. But it's just good on today, a day of thanks, to watch something like this that you really had nothing to complain about. You really had some good football to watch. And it was just a good thing. Justin Reed, I really wish he would have came up with that pick. I really wish Justin Reed would have came up with that pick. He should have came up with that pick. I really wish he would have. Another thing offensively that it is concerning is these damn delayed games. I don't know if that's on Deshaun Watson. I don't know if that's on Nick Martin. I don't know if that's on Tim Kelly with the play callings. Because we got away with it against Jacksonville. That touchdown to Will Fuller, it was like 3 seconds after the play clock. And ever since then, I've been noticing that we let that play clock get down to 1 too often. We be right there on the edge too often. And we had a penalty today for the delayed game. We've been letting that happen for the past 3 weeks. I've been noticing ever since the Jacksonville games. I noticed it against Cleveland. I noticed it against the Patriots. And I noticed it again today. So for the past 3 weeks, really 4 weeks if you go back to the Jacksonville game, that we've been doing that a whole lot. That's concerning. That's something that now I think that's very fixable. Because again, I don't know if it's Deshaun, if it's Nick Martin, or if it's even Tim Kelly, if it's a combination of all three. there is something that can be fixable, so it's not too concerning. But it is a concern because it's starting to happen a little bit too regularly. It's starting to get a little bit too lax. So that's something that they definitely need to clean up. Because when you're playing against good football teams, those type of things, those 5-yard penalties cost you. Same thing with illegal players downfield. We had another one again today. I don't think it wasn't like how it was last week when it wiped out a touchdown, but we had that again today. A holding call that wiped out a potential touchdown to Will Fuller, and we ended up kicking a field goal in the situation. We kicked 2 field goals when we shouldn't have, when we should have got points. We should have got touchdowns because, like I said, touchdown got called back because of a holding call, and then the other touchdown. Well, the other one, like I said, Deshaun Watson kind of missed the throw to Akins. But all in all, not really too much to complain about. Like I said, I'm glad JJ looked engaged and got him a pick six. I feel good for him. I like that Allen's able to show his work by getting these forced fumbles, and I think that probably McKinney days is probably going to be numbered. Deshaun Watson's out there playing the best football, best football right now. Best believe if the Texans record was flipped, it was 7-4 instead of 4-7. Deshaun Watson is not only in the MVP conversation, he's leading it. He would be the MVP because he's playing completely unreal. We are wasting it on this season. Him and Will Fuller. Will Fuller is playing great as well, and getting his career highs. And I think now he's less than 100 yards, less than 200 yards away from getting his first 1,000 yards. If I'm not mistaken, I think today's game gets him over 870. So he should be like 130, 120 some yards away. So basically a game away, a good game away from getting his first 1,000 yards. And also, talking about thanks, man. Man, shout out to my boy Trill. Because we was talking about this the other day. And my boy Trill sent me this right here. The original Texas fans, y'all know, like I said, I've been here since 2002. Now, even though Andre Johnson is my favorite football player, period. But even though he's my favorite football player, originally, he wasn't my original favorite Texan. It was Dominique Davis. So I thought I'd never see the day that I see a Dominique Davis jersey. Let's put that up on camera, number 37. I thought I'd never see the day that I see an actual Dominique Davis jersey. And actually, Dominique Davis was actually the very first Texan I've ever met as well. I met him at Home Depot. He came to sign autographs. I actually got an autograph from Dominique Davis. So so I never thought I'd see a Dominique Davis jersey. So shout out to my boy Trill for sending it to me. I appreciate that. But all in all, man, like I said, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope y'all enjoyed the game, and I hope that like I said, everything's good and everything. That I enjoyed the game. I hope y'all enjoyed your family. Just like I say, 2020 has been a year, so everybody needs to sit back and be thankful for the things that they do have. And man, we gonna get through it. No, hey, don't worry. We gonna get through. We gonna make it on the other side. We gonna be better people for it. Everything's gonna be good for it. Everything's gonna be kosher behind it. But all in all, like I say, thank y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment below if you haven't clicked that bell. Get more videos. Hey, 4-7. 4-7 is what it is. Hopefully we get some more wins up on our belt, and who knows what happened. But at the very least, our quarterback is playing at an unbelievable level, and that at the very least is going to get us a brand new head coach. And I think that not only is the future bright, I think this thing could be easier fixed than how people saying, oh, it's a 3, 4, 5 year thing. I don't think so. I think if you get the right coach and the right general manager and they do the right tweaks in the right spots, and Deshaun continues to elevate his game and play at the level he's playing, things could turn around faster than you think in the NFL. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I'll holla.